Good day everyone. My name is Sharvin Rao, son of Apara with the matrix number of 15 DPR24F1071. Today I will begin by introducing the company and providing background to the case. First, the company we selected is One Malaysian Development Berhad, also known as 1MDB for the purpose of conflict interest case study. This company was established in 2009 as a government-owned investment fund. It operates in the government investment and sovereign wealth fund industry. The main purpose of 1MDB was to support Malaysia's economic development. It aimed to attract foreign investment and finance major products, particularly in sectors such as energy and real estate projects. One of its key development projects is Tun Razak Exchange, which was planned to become an international financial center in Kuala Lumpur. At the beginning, 1MDB was seen as a strategic initiative to strengthen Malaysia's economic and global competitiveness. However, the situation changed when the company became involved in a major controversy. Although 1MDB was created with positive intentions, financial irregularities were later discovered. Investigations revealed that large amounts of money were transferred abroad under suspicious circumstances. It was also reported that some of these funds were used for personal benefit instead of their intended investment purposes. In addition, weak governance and lack of proper oversight allowed the misuse of power within the organization. As a result, the case attracted international attention and multiple countries began investigating the case. This situation eventually became known worldwide as 1MDB scandal, one of the largest financial scandals in recent history. This background helps us understand how the conflict of interest developed in the case. Thank you. Now I will pass this presentation to my other teammates.
Good day everyone. My name is Ishan Nair, son of Tibagan. My matrix number is 15 DPR 24F1050. Today I'm going to explain about the conflict of interest and its impacts in the One Malaysia Development Berhad scandal. First, let's look at the conflict of interest. A conflict of interest happens when the people in the positions of power use their authority for personal benefit instead of acting in the best interest of the organization or the public. In the case of One Malaysia Development Berhad, the scandal involves powerful individuals such as former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak and businessman Jolo. They were accused for using political influence and control over the company to misuse company funds for personal gain. Weak oversight and lack of transparency allows large amount of money to be diverted instead of being used for national development. Next, let's look at the impact of this conflict. The scandal caused serious damage to both company and Malaysia. First, it results in billions of dollars in financial losses. Second, it damaged Malaysia's reputation and reduced trust from citizens and international investors. In addition, the scandal led to major legal actions and investigations in several countries. Eventually, Najib Razak was convicted in court for corruption-related charges. In conclusion, the One Malaysia Development Berhad scandal shows how conflicts of interest can lead to corruption, financial losses, and loss of public trust when there is weak governance and poor oversight. Thank you.
Next, impact toward investor. First, the loss of investor confidence. The scandal made investors lose trust in Malaysia's financial system. When the investor feel the country is not transparent or well managed, they become more cautious. As a result, many investors reduce or stop their investment in Malaysia. Second, financial loss. Investors who were directly or indirectly involved with YMDB suffer significant financial loss. This happened because funds were misused and the company had very high debt. Some investors were unable to recover their investment, which affected their financial position. Third, reputation damage. The scandal also affected Malaysia's reputation at the international level. When a country is linked to a major financial scandal, This creates a negative image. Because of this, foreign investor will foreign investor may choose to invest in other countries that they see as safer and more stable. Next, I will explain the resolution and management of the 1MDB scandal, including the steps taken and whether these actions were effective. First, the government reopened investigation after the 2018 Malaysian general election. The new authorities wanted to re-examine the case to understand what really happened in the 1MDB scandal and to ensure transparency and accountability. Second, court trials were conducted against individuals who were involved in the scandal. Legal action were taken to prosecute those responsible for the misuse of funds. These steps were important to enforce the law and show the corruption would not be tolerated. Third, the government worked on asset recovery. Authorities cooperated with several foreign countries to trace and recover money that had been transferred overseas. This international cooperation helped Malaysia to retrieve some of the stolen assets. Fourth, while FDB underwent company restructuring, many of its assets were sold in order to reduce the company's large debt and stabilize its financial. However, the question is whether those actions were effective. Overall, the actions were partially effective on the positive side. Some stolen assets were successfully recovered and key individuals involved in the scandal were prosecuted in court. However, not all the missing funds have been recovered and the scandal caused significant damage to public trust in the government and financial institutions. In conclusion, while the steps taken help address the scandal, the long-term impact on trust and governance remain a challenge.
Good day everyone, my name is Amir Shabi Sharizal. My matric number is 15 DPR 24F1057 and today I would like to talk about some prevention and recommendation strategies to avoid financial scandals like the one involving One Malaysia Development Berhad, also known as 1MDB. A very important strategy is strong corporate governance. This means having a proper system to manage and monitor how an organization operates. For example, a company should have an independent board of directors to supervise management decision. When there's a check and balance, it helps prevent misuse of funds and abuse of power. Second is transparent financial reporting. Organizations should provide clear and honest financial report that are regularly checked by independent auditors. This transparency allows stakeholders and regulators to see how money is used and help detect problems early. Third is strong anti-corruption policies. Companies and governments should have strict rules against bribery, fraud and money laundering. Agencies like Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission should be able to investigate cases independently, and whistleblowers should be protected so people feel safe reporting wrongdoing. In conclusion, by strengthening corporate governance, improving financial transparency and enforcing strict anti-corruption policies, organizations can reduce the risk of financial scandals and manage funds more responsibly. Thank you.